Hi, my name's Lloyd-Barker, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you some of the secrets of the benefits of Pilates for back and posture. Given that between 80 to 90% of the population experience lower back pain at some time in their lives, the prevention of injury is a really major issue. I've been working personally with Pilates now for over 20 years, and I've really enjoyed the benefits that I've felt in both improving the posture and strengthening my lower back for also sporting performance. I've also worked in the clinical environment with rehabilitation with some of these techniques and have been really impressed by the improvements my clients have made. Everyone of any age can perform these exercises. Like anything, it's a question of just working to your own level. What we're going to look at in particular is strengthening the lower back area, therefore improving posture, to help prevent injury from everyday movements, such as bending over or reaching up. So I hope you're going to enjoy learning these core strengthening techniques with me now. Joseph Pilates developed what he called the 8 principles. Concentration, really using the mind to isolate, control, using your core and your breath to pull it all together. Breathing. Allow the ebb and flow of your breath to actually dictate the speed of each movement. You might want to make sure that on the main exertion you're always breathing out. Centering. Using your core, you work from the inside, from your very center, outwards to control each movement. Control. Keeping control throughout the movement to make sure that you're focusing on every single aspect from beginning to end. Precision. Really using your focus to make sure each movement is precise and controlled. Flow. Really allow the ebb and flow by using your breathing to control the flow of each movement so it's fluid and graceful. Isolation. Isolate each body part in turn to make sure that you get the sequencing right. Routine. Practicing regularly, getting into the flow and really starting to pull it all together. I'm now going to be talking you through and demonstrating a sequence of Pilates mat-based exercises. I'm also going to be offering different levels for each exercise, so just work to whichever level you feel most comfortable with. As your strength improves, you can take it up a bit harder for the next level. The main thing to remember is to always use your core stabilization throughout the whole sequence. If you either feel your back arching or your stomach doming at any time, you're probably working a little bit too hard and just need to drop it down a level until you improve your core strength. So the muscles we're actually going to be working with are all the abdominal area muscles, but in particular the very deep ones. These actually help not only with our core stabilization, but also have an effect on the lower back area. The main muscle you need to know about is one we call the transverse abdominis, or TA for short. This is like a huge corset muscle around the whole abdominal area, and we're going to be learning how to recruit that muscle to work effectively. The other muscles involved are the diaphragm, which sits at the top of the TA, which moves up and down as we breathe, and the pelvic floor, which is lower down and supports everything. We then, on top of the TA muscle, have the oblique muscles. These help us to bend and twist. Finally, you've got rectus abdominis, probably better known as the six-pack muscle. So let's now look at how we can focus on and start using the TA to get our core strength in place. If you've ever suffered a back injury or chronic back pain or are taking medications, Please always check with your doctor first before starting any exercise program. However, the exercises that we're going to do together are suitable for all levels of health and fitness and strength. Just remember, as with any exercise, if you feel any discomfort or have any sharp pain, just stop immediately. By performing these exercises slowly and carefully and regularly, you'll soon come to feel the benefits that you will experience of a healthier and stronger back. Sit yourself comfortably on a chair with your feet touching the floor, placing your feet about hip-width apart and keeping your knees in line with your toes. Now just try to relax your thighs and your pelvis and let your abdomen soften. Now just gently circle your shoulders, hunching and releasing. As you breathe in, hunch them up to your ears and release them back down as you let go and exhale. Let your arms now just hang down to your sides and imagine melting your shoulder blades down to your waist. Feeling yourself lengthening your spine all the way up from the very base of your back, up between your shoulder blades and out through the top of your head, as if a golden cord is just lifting you to the ceiling, lengthening you. Try to become aware of feeling the stretch across your chest and all the way down your arms as you just let them hang to your sides, making sure your rib cage is nice and relaxed, not poking forward. Overall, a sense of lengthening, opening and stretching. Now become aware of your pelvis and just try gently tilting your pelvis just a little way back and then tilting it a little way forward again. Try and feel the rocking sensation in your pelvis without letting the rest of your body collapse. Move between flattening your back and gently arching your back, making the movement smaller until you come to a neutral position, allowing your lower back to be just slightly curved, still lengthening through your spine. This is what we refer to as neutral spine, and we're going to use throughout the exercises. So let's see how this translates to the standing position. Using the same principles as in sitting, we're going to find neutral spine. So stand with your feet hip-width apart, toes very slightly turned out. Working up the body, we're going to balance each area in turn, starting by feeling the weight in the feet, slightly rocking forward and back, coming to rest so that your weight is even between the balls of your feet and your heels, toes relaxed. Now clench and release your knees. Just let your kneecap drop slightly as you release. Relax your thighs and the pelvis and let your abdomen soften. Move the shoulders round and back to release any tension, hunching them up as you breathe in and release as you exhale. Feel yourself stretching your middle fingers all the way down to the floor. Also feel that lovely stretch across your chest and down your arms, allowing your shoulder blades to melt down towards your waist. Imagine lengthening your spine all the way up from the base of your back and out through the top of your head, as if that golden cord is just lifting you to the ceiling. Make sure your ribcage is nice and relaxed, not letting it poke forward at all, just a lovely sensation of lengthening, opening and stretching. Very slightly tilt your pelvis forward and back until you feel you've come to rest in that neutral position. We're now going to work on the breathing technique that we call thoracic breathing, which makes it easier for us to control all our movements for strengthening our core abdominals and our back area. Just place your hands onto your lower rib cage so you can feel your chest moving as you breathe in and out. Relax your shoulders and keeping a neutral spine, just make sure your weight is still even in your feet. Concentrate on your breath, nice and relaxed, just breathing broad and wide into your back. Feel your ribs expanding widthwise under your hands, your breath broadening your back and opening your chest. As you exhale, feel your ribs soften again. Just spend a few minutes feeling this type of breathing, making sure that you're not breathing down into your abdominals, but broad and wide into the thoracic area. We can now combine this breathing with engaging the deep abdominal muscles that we call the transverse abdominis, or the TA for short. Imagine a corset around the whole abdominal area. This is your TA. It sits beneath the other main abdominal muscles and is the one that we use for strengthening this whole area and for stabilizing your lower back in particular. Inhale, and as you exhale, just imagine that you're drawing this corset tighter around your whole waist area, drawing your navel back towards your spine. Pull it in as tight as you can and just keep breathing. Now slowly release the corset so it's only about 50% pulled in. Just keep breathing gently and try and release that corset a little bit further so it's about at 30%. Now let it release all the way down to 0. Try that again, and this time just draw the corset into 50% and release it down to 30%. Holding this abdominal contraction gently, just feel your breath broad and wide into your ribs and back. Now you've mastered this position, we can do the same thing again, but in the lying face up or supine position. Lying on the floor, face up to the ceiling, just bend your knees up with your feet hip width apart, keeping your knees in line with your toes. Just imagine you're lengthening through your whole spine from your tailbone to the very top of your head. If your neck feels a little stretched, just place a small cushion or towel underneath it to get your neck and chin relaxed. To get your pelvis and back into neutral, place your hands on your hip bones and gently tilt your pelvis under and then forward, as if you're imprinting your back into the floor and then gently arching away from the floor. Make the movement smaller and smaller until you come to that neutral position, so your back is slightly curved away from the floor and your hip bones are level. Keeping your fingers on your hip bones, now just roll your fingers into your stomach, keeping your stomach nice and relaxed. Inhale, and as you exhale, just draw in on your corset or your TA muscle, and you should feel the contraction deep under your fingertips. Do this a few times and get used to the feeling, and remember to only draw in to about 30%. Don't forget to relax your shoulders and lengthen through your spine to the top of your head, keeping your chest open and breathing into your back broad and wide. Now take your arms down to your sides and keep yourself in neutral, keeping the TA engaged, gently drawing your navel towards your spine. This is the neutral position with TA engaged that we're going to use for all the exercises when lying down. We're going to start with the first exercise, which is called the roll down. Just standing at the end of your mat, lengthen up into the neutral standing position. Placing your feet about hip width apart, soften your knees and just open the chest. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and inhale, and as you exhale, gently contract your TA to about 30 degrees. Next time you exhale, start rolling down, dropping your head forward, your chin onto your chest, and then just gently allow your shoulders to roll forwards as well. Keep your hands in contact with your thighs while you're getting used to this movement and building your core strength. You only have to roll down as far as is comfortable. Inhale at the top and at the bottom of these movements. Try to imagine that you're rolling down through each vertebrae, curling up and over, making your body into a lovely C shape. Keep control of your TA throughout, as this will not only strengthen your core abdominals, but protects your lower back throughout this movement. And as your flexibility and strength improves, you can try taking the movement a little bit further by allowing your arms to just relax down to the floor, stretching through the whole upper body. Try to keep your hips as still as you can as you roll up and roll down. Control the speed of the movement with your breath, breathing in at the top and bottom, and breathing out as you roll up and down. Lengthening the spine, increasing the space between each vertebrae as you roll up and roll down. Try to complete anywhere between 5 to 10 roll downs in total. We're now going to transition down to the floor, so I just want you to do one final roll down. See how far you can stretch as you come all the way down to the floor. When you've gone as far as is comfortable, just gently bend your knees and place your hands onto the floor and lower yourself down onto the mat. Straighten one leg and bend one knee into your chest, holding just behind your thigh, and gently lower yourself down to the floor. We're now going to do the heel slides. So lying on your back, place your feet hip-width apart, knees to the ceiling, and just gently rock your pelvis between imprint and arching to come to rest in neutral spine. Inhale, exhale and draw in on your TA, gently engaging to about 30%. Keep your fingers on your pelvic bones so you can check that your pelvis doesn't move during the exercise. Next time you exhale, slowly slide one leg away from you. Inhale and return to bent knee. Exhale and slowly slide the other leg away. Inhale and return. Don't straighten the leg all the way initially. Just feel your way into the movement. If you feel your pelvis tilt or your stomach dome, then you've gone far enough and you don't want to straighten your leg any further. As your core strength builds, you'll find that you can straighten your leg further away without any movement happening in the pelvis. Just control the heel slide, lengthening and returning in one smooth movement. Try to complete a total of between 5 and 10 slides on each side. Now, staying in supine, lying on the floor, we can move on to the next exercise, which is called the bridge position. Inhale, and as you exhale, imprint your spine and slowly lift your pelvis a little way off the floor. Inhale, and then as you exhale, return down to the floor, imprinting your back down again. Inhale as you return to neutral spine. Exhale and imprint, peeling your spine up off the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Don't come up too high to start with. Keep a nice low control and make sure that it feels comfortable in your lower back. Just imagine you're peeling two pieces of Velcro apart as you're peeling your spine up off the floor. Gently laying back down each vertebrae one at a time into the imprint you left behind. As you feel confident with this movement, you can progress to taking your hips up further so your chest is in line with your knees. A ski slope sort of approach. Just make sure you keep your neck relaxed. The balance point is at the top between your shoulder blades, no higher. Keep your spine in neutral using your core strength to lift you and lower you with control. Imagine the ebb and flow of the tide as you use your breath. Inhaling at the top and bottom, exhaling as you raise and lower. Again, you want to try to perform anywhere between 5 and 10 of these bridge positions. For the next movement, you're going to need to roll over onto your side. In this position, you want to keep your head supported, either on your arm if that's comfortable, or using a small cushion or towel. We're now going to do the clam exercise. So lying on your side with your knees bent, keep your feet in line with your back. Your feet should be comfortable, edge to edge, ankle to ankle, and keep your hips stacked on top of each other. Lengthen through your spine and slide your shoulders down your back. Inhale, exhale, and engage your TA gently to about that 30%. Inhale, and this time as you exhale, slightly open the top leg, keeping your feet and ankles together. Make sure your hips don't roll. Inhale and return. Exhale as you open a little way. Just continue this movement, getting used to the challenge of opening and closing the angle of your knee without moving the rest of your body at all. As you become stronger, you'll be able to open a little bit further. But as soon as your hips or your waist move, you've gone too far, so take the movement back a step. Again, perform anywhere between 5 to 10 of this exercise. The next exercise is arm opening with a spine twist. It's excellent for spine mobility, but please don't attempt this if you have any disc-related injury. Lying on your side with your knees bent again, your feet in line with your back, just keep your hips stacked on top of each other. You can put a small ball between your knees to make sure you keep in line throughout the exercise, and place a small cushion under your head to keep your neck in line and comfortable. Your arms should be together in front of you at shoulder height. Inhale, exhale, and engage the TA, drawing your waist up from the floor. Breathe in and slowly open the top arm up to the ceiling. Exhale and return to meet the other arm. Inhale and repeat, following your hand with your eyes. Keep your knees and your hips still throughout, using your core strength to keep you still and stable. Just allowing your arm to float round, gently opening the chest. And as you feel stronger with the move, try taking your arm a little further behind you. Keep following your arm with your eyes to keep your neck in line. Only take it as far as you can comfortably and without your hips moving. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed, and lengthen through the spine and use your breath to control the speed. We're now going to change sides so we can repeat the clam and the arm opening. Line yourself up again, lying on your side with your knees bent, keeping your feet in line with your back. Make sure those hips are stacked evenly, not rolling forward or back. Inhale, and as you exhale, slightly open the top leg. Make sure those hips don't roll. Exhale and open. Inhale and return. Keep the movement nice and controlled. Keep the feet in contact with each other throughout. And don't let those hips move. Don't let them roll backwards or forwards. Again, repeat between 5 to 10 of this exercise. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed throughout. Your hands can just be resting on the fingertips at about navel height in front of you. So now we'll do arm opening to the other side. So stay lying on your side with your knees bent, feet in line with your back, keeping your hips neatly stacked on top of each other. If you want, you can use the cushion under your head and the ball between your knees to make sure that you don't move. Inhale, exhale, gently engaging TA, drawing your waist up from the floor. Breathe in and slowly open the top arm up to the ceiling. Exhale and return back down again to meet your other arm. Inhale and repeat. Follow your hand with your eyes. Just make sure you keep your knees and your hips still throughout, using your core strength to keep you still and stable. Just allow your arm to float round, gently opening the chest. As you feel stronger with the move, just try taking your arm a little bit further behind you, but only as far as is comfortable. Always follow your arm with your eyes to keep your neck in line. And keep your shoulders nice and relaxed, still lengthening through your whole spine and using your breath to control the speed of this beautiful stretch. Just bring yourself to that last rotation, opening your arm, reaching as far back as is comfortable, and relax down. We're now going to transition to bring yourself up onto all fours to make a box position. In the kneeling position, line up your shoulders over your hands, drawing your shoulder blades down to your waist. Make sure your hips are over your knees and try to relax your head, looking slightly forward onto the floor to keep your neck in line with your spine. Imagine you're making a tabletop with your back. Inhale, exhale and draw up on your TA, bringing your navel back towards your spine. Keeping your shoulders relaxed and your spine lengthened, just gently take your weight forward and then slowly back. Inhale forwards, exhale backwards. The challenge is in keeping your back in neutral, not letting it arch or dip down as you move forward and back. Keep the movements nice and small and try to repeat between 5 to 10 rocks in each direction. Staying in the box position, let's try the next movement. This is called figure of 8. Make sure your back is still in neutral, drawing in on that TA gently towards your spine. Now try to make a figure of 8 with your body, shifting your weight over your left hand to the right hand, back over your left knee and right knee, repeating again over your left hand and right hand and left hip and right hip. Keep the movement small and controlled. Enjoy the flow as you find the rhythm. From here, we're just going to now relax into a wonderful stretch called the child's pose. This is a lovely stretch and relaxation posture. So just take your hands a little further forward out of the box position and gently sit back towards your ankles. You may find it more comfortable to put a small cushion under your hips so that there's no pressure on your ankles as you sit back. Allow yourself to feel the stretch in your shoulders and upper back. Try to relax your head forward head towards the floor, and use another cushion to rest your forehead on if you like. To relax a little further, you can take your arms to your sides and let your shoulders just drop forward, opening up the back a little more. Breathe into this relaxation posture and enjoy just letting go. When you feel ready, bring your hands back onto the floor in front of you and using your arms as support, push yourself up into a kneeling position. We're going to start with the roll-up. So sitting on your mat, nice and upright, lengthen through your spine, contracting your TA as you exhale. Tuck the pelvis under as you roll back a little way, using your abdominal control. Draw in on your TA, don't let your stomach dome. Tilt the pelvis back to neutral as you lift yourself back upright, keeping your shoulders melting down your back. Your chest should be nice and open, relaxing those shoulders, eyes looking forward. Use your hands if you really need to, or just relax them to your side. All the work is in your pelvic area. Everything else is lengthening yet relaxed. Build this up slowly, increasing the distance that you go back as you get stronger over time. Repeat this between 5 to 10 times, and then gently lower yourself to the floor by extending one leg in front of you, holding behind the other thigh, tilting your pelvis under, and control yourself as you lower down to the ground. Now set yourself up in the supine lying position for the leg and arm slides. Lengthen from your tailbone to the top of your head, open your chest and breathe into your back broad and wide. As you lengthen your leg away, also lengthen your opposite arm up and over your head. Take care not to let your back arch or your rib cage flare upwards. Keep your abdominal control, no doming. Ensure that as you change sides, there's no rocking or relaxing. Keep a nice smooth flow, alternating from side to side. As you get stronger, you can extend your leg and arm all the way, lengthening as you control the speed and flow of the movements. Just use a nice gentle breathing. Inhaling and exhaling as you return to neutral. Staying in the supine lying position, we'll now move on to the 100. Again, set yourself up in neutral, engaging the TA to 30% to anchor the whole body. Inhale, and as you exhale, let one knee float up over your hip. Keep your back in neutral, don't let the stomach dome. Stretch your arms down your sides at about an inch off the floor, and with small pulsing movements, beat the time as you breathe in for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 5. Keep lengthening the arms away from you. When you've done 50 counts or 5 complete rounds of breath, change your leg to the other side. Inhale and exhale as you lower your leg. Inhale and exhale as you let the other leg float up. As you gain in strength, you may like to increase the challenge by extending the leg, keeping the knees in line with each other. Should your back arch or your stomach dome, or you feel yourself tiring, just return the leg to the 90-degree bent position until you've completed the exercise. Come to a stop on the second set of 50 counts, thereby completing your 100. We'll now do the double arm circles. Stay in neutral, ensuring that you're lengthened and your TA contracted. As you inhale, let your arms float up and over your head, exhaling as you sweep back round to the middle. Keep the movement nice and small initially, ensuring that you don't arch your body or let your shoulders hunch up. Slowly increase the stretch in the arms and the size of the circle, keeping your body still and in control, purely loosening the arms in the shoulder joint through its full range of movement. Keep your rib cage nice and relaxed. Don't let your back arch up. Just feel the full stretch as you control this circle of movement. When you've completed a full circle of 10 breaths, gently come to an end. We're now going to do the scissors movement. It's an alternating leg lift that really challenges your core muscles. So start again in the neutral supine lying position, ensuring that you're feeling lengthened. Relax your head and shoulders, arms at your sides. As you exhale, allow one knee to float up, keeping your leg at about 90 degrees. Inhale and return gently, resting the foot just on the floor. Exhale and take the alternate knee up. Repeat this for 10 times to each leg. Make sure you keep the hips still and make sure you really pull in on that core. Only your legs are moving as they float up and down. As you get stronger, you can extend the angle of the legs slightly, which increases the challenge on your core. Keep your core stable, don't let your stomach dome, breathing broad and wide, keeping your pelvis level, especially as you change legs. Repeat a total of between 5 to 10 lifts on each leg. You now need to come to a kneeling position on your mat for the next exercise, which is called swimming. Bring yourself up onto all fours into a box position, making sure your shoulders are over your hands and drawing your shoulder blades down to your waist. Keep your hips over your knees and draw up on your TA corset. Imagine a tray perfectly balanced on your back. Exhale and now slowly extend one hand and the opposite foot. Inhale and return to neutral. Exhale and change sides. Make sure you keep your back still, the TA contracted. Try really hard not to rock from side to side as you move. Keep your hips nice and level. As you grow in strength with this movement, you can progress to lifting your arms and legs just off the floor. Be careful not to let your back dip down out of neutral. Complete a maximum of 10 extensions to each side. For the next exercise, you're going to gently lower yourself down onto one side. We're going to be doing the exercise called side kick. So on your side, lengthen your whole body. Line up your hips on top of each other, stretching away from the top of your head to your toes. Lengthen your neck and use a cushion if that's more comfortable and helps keep your neck in line. Draw your shoulders down your back and place your arm down your side, and then just bending your elbow, drop your hand onto the floor at about navel height. As you exhale, draw in your TA and your waist comes away from the floor. Inhale, prepare. Exhale and squeeze your legs together and allow them to lengthen and lift a couple of inches off the floor. Inhale, exhale and take your top leg an inch forward. Inhale and return to meet your other leg. Exhale and take it forward again. Keep these movements going, keeping them nice and small. It's a strong challenge to your core to keep the balance and control the movement. As you get stronger, you may like to try returning your arm to your side, but if you feel a wobble, just let your hand gently touch the floor again. Complete a total of between 5 to 10 kicks, and then squeeze both legs together and lower. Now roll yourself gently over onto your front so we can do the swan dive. On your front, keep your legs parallel, feet nice and relaxed. Your arms need to be bent at your sides with your hands about shoulder height, palms down. Feel your stomach in contact with the floor and gently engage your TA so that your back comes into neutral, lengthening through your spine, your forehead resting on the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, keeping your back in neutral, gently lift your chest just off the floor. Keep looking to the floor so your neck stays in line. Inhale and lower. Exhale and raise up again. Each time you can take the lift a little bit higher, making sure that you don't let your lower back collapse or arch. Keeping control through using your core strength and protecting your lower back. Should you feel any discomfort at any time, as with any of the exercises, you should stop immediately. We're now going to change over to the other side and do side kick again. Again, lengthen your whole body, stacking up those hips evenly on top, making sure you've got a good balanced position before you start. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the legs together. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, take the leg forward. Just keep those movements nice and small, concentrating on the balance and the control using your core strength. With time, the movement will get a little bit bigger each time, challenging that balance and the control of the whole movement. Try and build up to a maximum of 10 kicks. Now just carefully push yourself up into a sitting position for spine twists. Sitting upright, use either a small cushion or a block to sit on if you're a little tight in the lower back or the backs of your legs. If you prefer, you can sit cross-legged or with both legs slightly apart in front of you. Keep your knees nice and soft and your feet relaxed. Place your thumbs on your collarbone and your first fingers on your chin, letting your elbows relax to your sides. Draw in on your TA and lengthen through the top of your head. Inhale, exhale, and turn your upper body to one side. Inhale and return round to center. Exhale and twist gently to the other side, keeping your head in line with your body. As you feel more comfortable with this movement, you can increase the challenge by lengthening out your arms to the side. Remember to keep your eyes, head and arms in line with your body as you twist and move. Relax a little more into the twist on each side before inhaling and returning through center. Try to keep your hips still throughout and don't let your back collapse. Try for a total of 5 to 10 twists on each side. Staying in the sitting position, we'll now do the side bend stretch. So sitting upright with your legs in front of you, bring one foot into your other thigh. Inhale, as you exhale, curve your body over towards your straight leg. Imagine curling up and over a ball as you stretch towards your foot. Inhale and return up to center. Exhale and curve up and over again. And try and repeat this 5 to 10 times each side. Try to increase the stretch a little bit more each time, relaxing into the stretch as you exhale. Feeling the stretch in your side and along the back of your straight leg. Lengthen up through your whole spine as you come back up to center each time. reaching your hand up and over and towards your foot as you stretch to the side. Each time, just try to relax a little bit deeper into the stretch, just taking it that half an inch further. Now just straighten both legs back out in front of you, and then bring your knees up and hug them into your chest, holding round your shins with your arms, and just relaxing your head forward so that your forehead rests on your knees, if that's comfortable. Breathe in, and every time you breathe out, just release any tension. Feel your back releasing. Next time you breathe in, just gently lift your head back up again. Bringing your knees to the side, gently uncurl yourself, coming to a standing position. Stretching out the knees and the legs first, uncurling your whole body back to an upright, standing, neutral position, uncurling vertebrae by vertebrae. We're now just going to stretch the chest by placing the hands behind you on the top of your hips and squeezing the elbows together behind you, just opening the whole chest. As you exhale, squeeze and stretch. Release the hands, and just standing next to a wall, for a little support with one hand, we're going to do a quad stretch. So bring one foot up, holding around the tops of the foot. Just squeeze the knees together and lengthen up. Make sure you keep the knees together and gently squeeze the heel in towards your hip. Release the foot down, and now repeat to the other side. Now for a body stretch, just standing nice and upright, bring one arm up and over your head, reaching up to the ceiling as much as you can to get a lovely full body stretch all the way down the side. Breathe in and breathe out as you stretch up. Now taking your feet apart, nice big broad stance. You're going to breathe in and sweep your hands up and over your head. Breathe out and sweep them down. Roll your shoulders back. Release your arms and just come to a perfect posture. So I hope you've enjoyed discovering some of the benefits that Pilates holds for a happier, healthier and stronger back. Just remember, practice a little bit, but often, nice and regularly, and you'll soon start to see a difference.